about a contract extension with ASU?
Yeah, I know they sent my agent one after the last game at some point. That was the week that I had about 1.5 billion meetings. I'm not really involved in that. That's kind of my team. I coach football.
So any comments about some of the rumors that are going out there with you in Michigan, or have this been an ongoing thing?
Yeah, I mean, I think that's cool, I guess. I mean, that's one of the best programs in the country. It's one of the best logos in the country. I think everybody can agree there. In today's era, I think it's one of the best jobs in the country, and I think everybody can attest to that. That doesn't change how I feel about here. That doesn't change that my sister's my neighbor. That doesn't change that my parents live 3 doors down. That doesn't change that my son's best friend is my sister's daughter. So none of that changes, but it is one of the best jobs in America. It's an unbelievable brand, iconic brand, and it's a great opportunity for somebody.
You said on a recent podcast that you hadn't had any conversations with any schools during the season. Is that still the case?
Yeah, I mean, I had one conversation with a school because the AD kept calling us right after the season. Said, "Listen, I appreciate it, but that's not something for me. But I respect I respect you as a person. But it wasn't for a job. It was more out of respect for somebody. Other than that, I still have not had any contact myself with anybody."
Does this get annoying to, like, every time there's a job opening, your name, and then you've got to kind of go through this?
Episode 14, right? Episode 14. We suck. We're good. You're bad. Fire everybody. Your coaches suck. You failed at this. You're good at that. Episode 14, season 3, to be continued.
What's it mean, Kenny, that the school is willing to work with you with your contract just to keep you happy here in Tempe?
Yeah, I mean, like I said, I haven't dove in too deep in it, so I don't even know really what that looks like in great detail. To be honest, I looked at it originally, after the season. A lot of that stuff gets done in the season, right? Ours got done after the season, and then I go into what's next mode. And if you can look out here, we don't have as many players out here, so and I want to coach football, so I went into football coaching mode, meeting with my players mode, and that's kind of where I'm at. The business side of that, I hire somebody to do that.
Kenny, why stay loyal to ASU?
I mean, I love this place. Like I said, is that a long enough pause? But this place is it's a special place to me.
Kenny, what would be your message to ASU fans? Obviously, like what you're doing here, and kind of on an emotional roller coaster. Your name just gets connected to this job, that job.
They're with you, but no, I think it's a testament to what the president's done, what the AD's done, the city's selling out, the kids who chose to come back here when they could have gone other places. So I think it's a testament to everybody. I know every coach says that in this scenario, but it actually is. Right? It's a testament to everybody. And when you're the leader of a group of people, you're not making individual decisions. You're making group decisions. You're making group thought. And I think for me, I know where I stand. I know what I want. And as a leader of a group, it's my job to take care of groups of people and to do right by groups of people, not just Kenny Dillingham.
You were this emotional when you got the job. The emotions, I guess, still here all these years, handful of years later.
No question.
On Monday, you said that it was kind of 50-50 if you were to guess as to who or what kind of bets would and wouldn't participate. Do you have any better of an idea of who will and won't?
I kind of do, but I don't want to go through a list because I don't want to miss anybody. It's just a different day and age. We have 2 running backs right now that practiced today. Just because some guys are dinged up, and other guys and the decisions they're making for the betterment of themselves, which I support. I think that's the biggest thing for me is I just want to see the best from our guys.
Kenny, when the last time you guys talked about this was after the West Virginia game, you said this is home, but you said you owe it to your players, the program, to the businesses here to keep pushing and pushing. What did you mean by that? What do you mean by pushing?
Yeah, the state of college football, you can call it what it is. It's an arms race. They're the haves, they're the have-nots. It's an arms race. And there's nothing wrong with that because the players are the ones reaping the benefits of it. And I absolutely love that. I mean, is the navigation of this era crazy and just the wild, wild west? Absolutely. But is the intent correct? And that's to, get these guys as much money as they can for what they do and putting their bodies on the line? Absolutely. But it 100% is an arms race right now in college football, more than it's ever been. Do I think it's going to be like this forever? No. But right now, in this wild, wild west that we're in, there are haves, there are have-nots. You've seen programs go all in, and you've seen the reward from doing that. Some teams that have gone all in have won championships for the first time in the history of their program, or one of the few times where they've been the best that they've ever been in their program or in the recent future. And everybody's going to allude that to one team. It's not one team. It's a multitude of teams. It's just the nature of this profession. This profession's changed so drastically in the last 3 years. It's not even comparable. You could think it's similar, but the inner workings is completely different. How it operates is completely different. And that's not for the bad. I didn't say that was for the bad. It's just for the chaos. And it's everything is different than it was. And I think that's just the state of college football.
So practice starting late today was just a change of your schedule?
Yeah, I like to play basketball, to be honest. So I went and played basketball this morning. So I told everybody else they could sleep in, but I went and played a little hoops this morning.
Do you think you have everything you need here to keep this going in the right direction, to keep the program at the highest level?
That's not a possible question because that changes every day. We could have everything we need today. We could be $10 million short tomorrow. And that's the nature of this era because everybody's not going to keep up with the Joneses. There's people that want to be at the peak. Not everybody just wants to have what other people have. There are programs and people out there that want more and that want to do more than everybody. So when one person responds, 15 people respond equally at a greater rate. So asking that question, do I think the buy-in from the university, are they doing, I think they're trying to win, they're trying to do this. This is just a crazy era of college football. But it's at no fault. It's not anybody's fault at the era we're in. And I will say I believe the university is fighting, scratching and clawing to stay not just competitive, but try to stay a program that can compete for championships. And that's always something that I'm striving to drive for.
Does
How much do you have-
does that weigh on you when some blue bloods might target you or be interested in you, and given what you're just saying there?
Yeah, I mean, it's just it's constantly changing, right? So your beliefs and what you want never change, right? What you believe in never change, but everything around you can change, right? And I think that's the crazy part of the era we're in. And it's an impossible thing. It's an impossible thing to know. The industry could change while we were at practice today. Something could have drastically happened that could have altered the direction of a program that we play. One person could have said, we want to win a championship at another school that we're playing, and it's completely different. We're sitting here in a completely different spot. So I think that's the era of this, is you've got to be ready to steer a ship. And when you're steering a ship, right, and you want to steer I shouldn't say a ship. You don't want to steer a houseboat. This is an era you have to steer a speedboat. Because if you're not willing to turn and turn and turn and go different directions and change on a dime, right, then you're eventually going to fail. It's a place in an era in college football where the adaptability is at an all-time high.
How much do you have to talk to players, and are players asking questions because they probably see all this out on social media just like everybody else?
My players and I, we joke around. I mean, I feel like I have a really good relationship with our team, our players. You guys saw me out here today. Everybody's joking around. They're joking out that you guys are out here early with all your cameras. They're just, that's the nature of it. But they know what my heart is. They know what I believe, and they know where my heart's at.
Kenny, what brings out that emotion and gets you choked up?
Just this place.
What about the place?
Everything.
You talk about having those
The college football calendar's messy as hell in a lot of ways. You just talk about just kind of the landscape is changing constantly. Are there any kind of big picture, broad strokes changes you'd like to see make to kind of simplify and make things?
I don't think there really is. It's you can get in the weeds, and it's you got to pick a side, and the sides aren't good to pick. And I don't think important people enough are going to pick a side. I think that's what it boils down to. It boils down to really important people aren't going to want to be on one side of this and fight that battle. And for that reason, we're going to kind of live in the world of chaos. But like I said, it's a world of chaos to the people that are in it, right? To the players, to the coaches, to the administrators. The finances of this thing are skyrocketing. They're not going down. So it's not like college football is dying, like some people say. I think that's a fallacy. It's as popular as it's ever been, and it's going to continue to skyrocket in popularity. Just the chaos of it and the business of it and the how it operates, the what it takes to win, all of that stuff is just drastically different than what it was, and it's constantly changing.
Talk about how you have those in-person kind of joking style conversations with people who are on the team right now about those rumors. What are the conversations like with people who just signed on to ASU over the past couple of weeks?
I really haven't had many of those conversations, to be honest.
Kyle Dillingham and Utah are stepping away from each other. I know you've had a very high respect for Kyle. Just what are your thoughts on it? Unbelievable run. I mean, that's a guy who does not get enough credit. Could be the best coach in this generation. Right, definitely top 5 in my mind, probably top 3. He doesn't get enough credit for what he did. He did something remarkable for a long time, and I don't think he gets enough credit for really being one of the best coaches of this era. And I can say that with a lot of confidence that from inside the industry or the people around, he was one of the best coaches of this era, and I don't think he gets enough flowers.
You talked about how you want to model this program after what he built over the last 20+ years. Is that something you still believe in?
100%. Now, you can't anymore because it's completely different, right? Right? The changing in the landscape of college football, what was 3 years ago is dead. I shouldn't say dead, it's completely different. What it takes to win, how to navigate winning, the ability to move and shake, and the roster rotations that you have on your roster, it's not the same model that it was, right? Those models are changing. But I respect the thought process behind what he accomplished is amazing. To be able to do that in this era would be amazing. And that's a great challenge.
Thanks, Ken.
Thank you.